What up, Heel Faction? Welcome back to Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Because bad guys do heel shit. I'm Dark Chords, that's Draven Grimes. We're gonna broach the subject tonight. Smarks, Smart Marks, the IWC. Are you good for the business? Are you bad for the business? We're gonna break it down, and we'll get to it right after this. All right, how you doing, Draven?
Good. I'm good. I'm excited for this episode. Been looking forward to this one for a few weeks now.
Yes, absolutely.
Def.
Before we get into it, you guys know the drill. If you can check out all the socials at Heel Shit Podcast. If you want to get in on the conversation, there's two ways to do it. We're not gonna have the overstream lay with for Kick and Twitch and all that. If you want to get in on the conversation, go to our Discord. It's links down there. It's Discord at Heel Shit Podcast. Or you can go to Streamlabs, links down there as well, for super chats, and they'll get stream overlaid as well. But those are the only two ways to get on the conversation. So, fuck it, let's get into it. All right, so what do we think about Smarks?
Oh. Now, are we just like putting it directly on Smarks, or are we going to talk about Smarks, Marks, Arcs, Sarks,
Yeah.
and anything else we can put with the arc on it?
Anything with the arcs, buddy. Anything with the arcs.
Okay. So, what's up, buddy? Sorry, my dog just ran in. My opinion,
Mm-hmm.
it's a yes and a no. It depends on where you rank, and we'll get into what I call my ranks in just a few minutes. But as far as just like my overall opinion, it really just depends. Like I'm, for instance, my earliest memory of using the internet to look up wrestling shit
Mm-hmm.
would be the day after WrestleMania 21, because at that time it was Orton versus Taker
Okay.
for the streak, and that was the first time I ever felt that the streak was like in legitimate jeopardy. It was also before I fucking got really smart to the business.
Sure.
So, that was my first thing. But I never, personally, I've never gone on social media. I've never gone on like WrestlingNews.co or Wrestle Talk or anything like that to like find something negative. And that's the problem, at least in my mind. A lot of guys will read a column. I'm trying to think of a recent column. Let's go with the Randy Orton thing with the back fusion surgery.
Mm-hmm.
And we heard from Kurt, what was it, like a month or two ago?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. It was like a month or two ago, where he said Randy is 100% and ready to go.
Right.
But no, the ones that I'm speaking of did not give a fuck about that. The only thing they gave a fuck about was Randy's back has a fusion surgery. Randy's back is fucked. Randy can't do this. Randy can't do that.
Yep.
You don't fucking know that for sure. And, objectively, and I'll admit it, I was one of those that was like, I don't think Randy should do it. I think Randy should just ride off in the sunset. He has nothing to prove. He really don't.
Right.
Former world champion, former WWE, former Intercontinental, former tag team, first ballot Hall of Famer. If there was ever a fucking Hall of Famer to be fucking inducted, that's not yet, it would be him.
Right.
But like I said, we'll get into the rankings thing after you give me your opinion on it. But it really just depends on whether you're trying to do this to educate yourself or you're trying to do it to fucking make yourself feel better about something you don't know dick shit about.
That's where the conversation starts and stops for me. Is I think, Smarks and the like were were fine like when we were growing up because you really only had magazines to fuck with,
Yeah.
you know. But since the advent of the internet, and of course, if something's gonna make its way there, everything's gonna make its way there. So
Of course.
you've got you've got all these kids and all these, I don't know,
No, I think you said it right. Kids.
yeah, and adult, you know, adult guys on the internet, and they're like,
Kids.
yeah,
Children.
right, and they just think they know the fucking industry.
Yeah. And the ones I think you're talking about are the ones that will fucking sit there and critique every little thing, but has not once stepped into foot of training, not once has even stepped into a gym, not ever physically tried to get into this business. They sit there behind their fucking keyboard and fucking think they know every fucking thing, right? And that does that the kind of people you're talking about?
Yeah, I mean it didn't bother me nearly as much as when it. I think it skyrocketed when AEW came out. All right, always before, you had guys who's, oh, I mean, really, all the IWC's, you know, rumors and everything, they're all coming from Fightful, or some other dirt sheet,
Uncle
they're
Dave.
yeah, of course, or fucking Fournette.
Oh, we can point fingers all day long on where they start and stop.
Oh yeah, but that's really, it fucking irks me. Like when I had a wrestling, um, when I had a wrestling fan page, um, now I just run the heel shit fan page. But when I had a
Mm-hmm.
wrestling fan page and I had the personal account to go with it, I don't know how many times I would get in arguments with dudes who were like, no, I know the business better than you do. From my mom's basement, I know the business much better than you. Like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? Critiquing matches and and move sets and like the fuck. You know,
Yeah.
wrestling has the most toxic fan base of all sports. All right. It's
But if you flip that, they also have the most loyal fan base. Like it's really a two-sided coin when it comes to our fan base.
yeah. I mean that's true. That's true, but I don't know. It's like if you know I mean, I'm trying to think of another sport that has a fan base like wrestling, and none of them do.
The closest you're going to get is probably college football,
Yeah,
because when they're winning, you're the greatest fucking thing ever. If you're on a losing streak, fuck that team. I don't want nothing to fucking do with that team. But as soon as they win another game, oh yeah, we're all for that shit.
yeah, I guess
Like
so.
UFC's not even that poisonous.
No, no,
I will say about UFC, they got some of the most honest fucking fans, win or lose.
yep, yeah. But this
What?
whole
What? Fucking Tito Ortiz lost a fight? I'm still a Tito Ortiz fan. I don't give a shit.
right, I just don't get. I don't know. I think the amount of knowledge you gather these days through the internet has been more beneficial than it has um, been a problem.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's hit wrestling by far the worst.
I'd have to agree with that. But again, it kind of falls into my categories, and I guess we'll go ahead and break them down real quick so we can briefly understand what I'm talking about. You have you have like the casual fan who jumps on because they miss Raw or SmackDown. They want to see the results and shit. They don't look in fucking dirt sheets. Don't look at that. Then you have what we call marks. which are the ones that fucking do it for entertainment purposes or even for informational purposes. Then you got the fucking Smarks, which are the ones that will fucking go on there. And that's where it starts delving into the fucking toxic shit, where they start, butting into conversations. They don't necessarily start, but they'll butt in, put their 2 cents in, but that's it. But then you got, there's not really a fucking phrase for it. They're just toxic marks. We'll call them that. Toxic marks, whatever. Where they deliberately get on and they deliberately start shit. And like you said, it really started popping with AEW came up, because I can remember within 3 months of AEW making the official announcement in Jacksonville, I had at least 17 AEW fan pages pop up that want me to join. And every fucking one was AEW's so much better. WWE can suck it. Like,
before there was a show.
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, their first show's still in like 3.5 weeks, and nothing's been booked. How are you telling me? Are you going off of fucking All In? That happened over a fucking year ago. That was not an AEW. That was a New Japan Ring of Honor AAA collaboration. I mean, if you're going off that, then I watched All In pretty thoroughly a few times, and there's a few places that could have been worked on a little bit better.
I guarantee you, whoever made those fan pages has no idea what fucking you're talking about. All right, it had nothing to do with All In from back then.
And that's fucking sad, because, like, if you even go back even further, the Jericho Kenny Omega match from Wrestle Kingdom the year prior to fucking All In was what really, like, started AEW's beginnings. Like, that's where Tony Khan was in talks with Jericho and Omega and the Young Bucks and all them, want to start something up. Excuse me. But you're right. A lot of them don't realize AEW started because of different companies coming together and creating something beautiful. Right. And, we talked about it before of, I'm trying to remember, it was back in April. We did one of our shows where if we could go back and watch one show live, what would it be? And obviously I said WrestleMania 12 because I want to watch the Iron Man match live. But I would have loved to have been there in Chicago when fucking All In happened. Mm-hmm. The original All In.
Oh, yeah.
Because, again, that was history. That was the first non-WWE pay-per-view to sell out an arena based on no matches being fucking advertised, based solely on the talent that was there.
Right.
And again, it's still one of my favorite shows to go back and watch if I'm bored.
Mm-hmm. No, I gotta agree with you.
But it goes back to the toxic ones. The toxic ones think they know every fucking thing. And again, it's a lot of motherfuckers who, and we're gonna get so much heat for this one when this comes out. And I welcome it. I don't fucking care. It's a lot of motherfuckers who have never even once tried to step into a ring, who's never once tried to pay a fucking dude, who's never fucking done a setup, never done a fucking teardown, never done a street team, never done concessions, never done a fucking thing. And yet they think they're God's gift to fucking professional wrestling. Let me tell you something right fucking now. Between the two of us, we have been doing this almost 2 decades. Even then, we know every time we step into a ring, every time we go to a show, every time we go to a training, we're going to learn something fucking new because we don't fucking know every fucking thing. You toxic ass motherfuckers need to realize just because you're on the internet and you have this keyboard in front of you, you don't fucking know every goddamn thing. And it aggravates me to no end to where, like, I still have my fan page up, but it's become so fucking bad to where I'm tired of blocking people, where I just fucking leave it alone. I don't even fucking post anything on it anymore. Unless it's a show coming up or if it's a big podcast or something like that, then I'll post. But I don't fucking do what you and I used to do and try to interact with people. Right. If we want to do that, we'll do HSP Or if we trust you enough, you'll be on our personal shit. Other than that, piss off. We don't fucking care anymore.
Right.
But getting back to the categories, did I really kind of miss anything there? In your opinion?
No, and for like an example of how completely ridiculous and toxic it can be, and this isn't even toxic. This is just brain dead. I made a comment, or I made a post on Facebook last night. I always live post during the TV, the like Raw, Dynamite, SmackDown, Collision for the most part.
And I appreciate you for that. I really do.
Yep. So if you're not following, I think the personal account is heel SHT space pod.
I got it.
So yeah, so I'm usually live.
Yeah, we're fairly live on all of these.
Yeah. Anyhow, and I made a comment about, or I made a post about something like, I honestly think Adam Cole's getting smaller. And I said,
I saw that.
and I said, pretty soon he's gonna be built like Dobby the house elf.
Get him a sock. Get the motherfucker a sock. Shit.
Adam has a sock.
God damn it. Oh, Adam is free.
Adam is free. Thank you, Master.
Oh, Adam has a belt. Adam is free.
Oh, fuck.
I can't. I fucking can't. Anyway, get back to
it. Anyway. But based on that post, some dude commented, "Wow, you must really hate AEW." And I had to take a minute before I responded to this, because I was like, really? Is that what you got from that? Like, I'm always posting positive things about AEW. I mean, I'm a big AEW fan, but based on that, from making fun of Adam Cole's physique, and I don't think he's getting chubby. I think he's getting smaller. All right, like, and the fact that his hair is so big really makes it fucking stand out. He's got so much fucking hair. Starting to look like Gollum.
You know what it reminds me of? No. There was a video that's been going around of Sammy Guevara's first AEW appearance versus his most recent. And Adam's hair looks like that fucking headpiece that fucking Sammy used to come out with when he was fucking around in Solo. You know, the fucking lion head?
Yeah.
That's what it fucking looks like now that you say something.
Oh, shit.
But I looked it up. I'm not gonna put the dude's name up. I'm not gonna blast him unless you want to. But his retort after you fucking set him straight is fair enough. Fucking, like, dude, come fuck on,
bro.
And I fucking bet you fucking money that this is the same kind of guy who knows our fucking schedule, who knows we go fucking live every fucking weekend, who fucking watches our shit very fucking intently, but he's gonna wait until after this episode fucking goes off the air before he starts talking shit. He won't jump on the fucking live chat because, you know, Facebook Live, all that shit. We're on fucking live chat, but you won't fucking come and say your piece here and there.
Yeah. It's not worth the time, but I was just taken aback by that, man. Like, that's where we're at now.
Well, let me be clear. You know, we've gone through this a time or two. I'm not the biggest AEW fan, even since Punk's comeback. And we've had discussions, not fucking arguments, not fucking going back and forth on social media. We've had legitimate discussions. And we've not always seen eye to eye. And we've been able to fucking just walk away with our fucking, you know, point of view. But I've never once sit there and said, and you've never once sit there and said, "Oh, well, you just hate blank, blank, and blank." No, I don't hate blank, blank, and blank. I hate what blank, 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 and blank is doing in blank and blank.
Right.
But I've never went. I don't like that company at all.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like saying I don't like WWE's black ropes. Like, damn, you must hate WWE. Like, come on, dog.
No,
Come on, dog.
that's just stating that you don't like the aesthetic of black ropes. Which
I do.
I mean,
That was just an
I
example.
mean, I know. I'm just saying, like, eh. Like, if you're really that nitpicky to where you're fucking bitching about the rope color, unless it's like a Great American Bash or like they're doing like retro SmackDown or retro Raws, why the fuck do you care what color the ropes are?
I don't. That was like a benign example.
I don't know. I'm just saying, like, in general, why would somebody fucking care about something so fucking little? Oh, anyway, back to the differences. Like,
Look,
casual people,
marks are generally harmless. Okay?
they're actually pretty good to have a conversation with. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Marks are generally harmless. I think even us, I mean, all wrestling fans, in my opinion, are marks. I mean, I don't think
Shit,
you
most
can.
workers,
Hmm?
most workers are marks.
Right.
What are you talking
I
about?
don't think you can be a fan without being a bit of a mark. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and usually they're excited about the conversation. Like they want to know more about stuff. They want to, you know, whether you're whether they're a fan of yours or not, they still like to talk and, you know, oh, I remember this and oh yeah, man, I was, you know, um,
I remember the days with the Macho Man and the Hulk Hogan's.
it's still real to me, damn it.
Look here. It is still real to me because I still bump like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, so marks aren't that big of a problem. And
no.
I think when it comes to the internet wrestling community as a whole, I think the Smarks, even if they're not the majority, they poison the fucking community. You know,
That's where it will start. I will say that there are some smarks who can actually make a valid point. There are, like, sometimes there's times I fucking see something like, might be look into this. This might change my mind on something. A couple times it has.
mm,
So not all smarks are fucking like poisonous. They're not leaning towards the toxic level. They're still like right there at the smart level. But it's just that one, and you know the kinds I'm talking about where they start shit and they don't know when to shut the fuck up, and that's where it leads into the toxic shit. And then they get on fucking X and they re-X fucking Chris Jericho or some shit, and they try to get a fucking rise out of someone like Cornette or some shit, and then they get blocked. Like, oh, I'm right, I got blocked by Cornette, or oh, Vince Russo agrees with me, or some shit like that, and they fucking carry that shit to the fucking grave.
yeah. Just for a little acknowledgement. I mean, it's like, and let's face it, if you're someone who goes online for the purpose of trying to piss people off, you're a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
we're the wrong two motherfuckers to start with.
so, I mean, I guess the IWC can be different in and of itself than the rest of the internet, but it's, I think it's the brazen confidence that they try to tell you how you're wrong about the business they've never been in. Like it's
That that
like
that
a matter of
arrogant
fucking
sense.
fact.
Yeah, it's that
I was
arrogant sense
talking
of
to Hunter
entitlement.
the other day, and dude, shut the fuck up.
Listen here. Unlike you, motherfucker, and I'm talking to said motherfucker said he can talk to Hunter. I actually know 3 or 4 people that have Hunter's fucking number in their fucking phone right now, And if need be, and if I really got to call a fucking favor in, I can call a fucking favor in and be like, I need you to text Hunter and find out this, and this happened. And 9 times out of 10, they'll get a respond back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So there's a difference between thinking you know everything and knowing everything.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. What was it that I can't even remember what triggered me to decide to do this episode.
Other than the past 6 months of you arguing with stupid motherfuckers?
Oh, I saw, and I'd shout you out if I can remember off the top of my head. There's a guy I follow on Instagram that posts stories, and I can't remember. If I remember who did it, I'll post a link in the video description. Anyway, he screenshotted and posted a tweet somebody put out, or an X somebody put out. No,
it's still technically a tweet. You did find that out.
Yes, I did.
It's still technically a tweet
on Galaxy, Samsung Galaxies. You can go to post a tweet. It still says tweet.
And Motorola.
Elon slacking. I was slacking like Elon.
There it is, right there.
Oh,
still there.
Yep, tweet.
It's still there.
You.
And just so we're clear.
You lazy
it's live.
fucker.
It's live. It wasn't a screenshot.
Yeah, oh, look, it goes completely against the entire new color scheme of the fucking app. It's the only blue thing on there now. But there was he screenshotted this set of tweets, and it was like, AEW fans hope that their former wrestlers fail, and WWE fans still, or something about wanting their former stars to shine. And it's almost like, first of all, that's not fucking true. All right, you can't. The only time, and see, this is what's got everything so jaded. It's like when I read that, even my thought was, that's bullshit. They just want to bitch that they don't think Daniel Bryanson's been working, been booked very well, and use it as another excuse just to bash AEW. They don't really give a fuck about non-WWE wrestlers. They just want to use whatever they can do to say fuck AEW.
Yep.
And it's like, why is it gotta be like that? Why can't people just like the wrestling that they like? I mean, I watch both shows. Why can't you just do that? Or pick one that you like to watch and not get fucking bashed for liking that one.
I can remember a time where there was more of a war between companies. And yet there was more singularity from a fan base because it was a wrestling fan base. And I'm talking the Monday Night Wars.
Of course.
And you could have your fucking side, whether you're Nitro or fucking Raw, WWF or WCW. But at the end of the day, it was still fucking wrestling. It was still entertainment. It was what we wanted to see every night. We wanted to see the competition between the two. And I think that's been lost upon this generation of, well, if your opinion is not the same as my opinion, you're fucking wrong.
Right.
And, you know, that's so much more than just wrestling. That's literally anywhere in this country at this point. Right. But it's fallen on wrestling as well. And it goes back as far as when Hogan took a role in TNA on screen. And I remember it very fucking well. I remember that debut episode because at the same fucking time that Hogan was doing his debut entrance, they were doing the return of Bret Hart on Monday Night Raw at the same fucking time. What you got? What you got? Is it minor chords?
Yeah, this is minor.
Hey,
Get
minor.
out of here.
When you get a driver's license, you come back on.
Dude, my fucking oldest just turned 15.
I don't
And
want to hear shit. My oldest is
hold on.
17. Fuck
Hold on.
off.
Hold on. We got the thing from the DMV in the mail, the pamphlet for the driving test. Not a Jesus Christ. I'm like, this is happening? This is gonna
Yes,
happen.
sir.
This is actually
It's
gonna
gonna
happen.
Yep.
Oh
You
my
see why I'm taking
God.
do you see why I'm taking out of state bookings now?
God damn.
I gotta stay out of Florida now.
It's really happening.
But no, but on a serious note, I remember where it was Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan literally doing their entrances simultaneously. And I had two TVs in my fucking living room with one on each fucking channel, like it was fucking Monday Night Wars all over again.
Oh, shit.
Not because I want to see who was doing better, but I wanted to see both because I was a wrestling fan.
Mm.
Did I care more about Bret Hart's return than Hulk Hogan's return? No. Because you're either a Bret guy or you're a Shawn guy. And I'm a Shawn guy. But on the other hand, Hulk Hogan's on fucking TNA, and the moment I saw a fucking four-sided ring in fucking TNA, I lost all fucking hope for Hulk Hogan being there. So I was on the fuck Hulk Hogan train.
Mm-hmm.
Still on the fuck Hulk Hogan train. I will always be on that fucking train.
Well,
but as a fan, I had to see both. I had to witness history on both ends.
you know, it's another
And
interesting. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
You know, it
I was
would
just
be
gonna
interesting to debate. Well, you really can't debate it because there's no. But how would we have acted during the Monday Night Wars if we had the internet? Would we be
Oh my
better
God.
people than the kids today are? Or the fans today are? Or would we be just as shitty because we had the opportunity to be shitty to strangers?
I think. I mean, if you want to go on this, if you want to take off on this little side part here for like 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
First off, there's a generational difference there, and I know coming from at least my household because I was raised by older motherfuckers, love them to death, God rest their souls. But they brought me up the way people in the fucking 50s and 60s were brought up. You fucking yes sir and no ma'am. You were seen and not fucking heard unless spoken to. So from that aspect, I feel if we had the capabilities of now back in 97, 98, 99, there would be more respect between fans.
Mm-hmm.
There'll be argument, but we would also have the respect to sit there like we do and argue out our piece and then be able to retort.
Right.
It wouldn't be these fucking fuck you, you're fucking wrong, Chris Jericho's the greatest of all time. If you don't think so, suck my dick. Or fuck you, Austin Theory's the greatest ever. I don't give a shit about what anything says. Or fuck you, Draven Grimes and Dark Chords is the biggest pieces of shit of all time. We will argue that one.
Yeah, we might
We
put up a fight on that.
we are the second and third biggest pieces of shit of all time. Because Vince Russo is still alive.
Yeah.
First off.
Very, very good point.
Well, according to Dark, Cornette's like a close fourth. But
yes,
I feel the respect factor of how the generation in the 90s were raised. 80s and 90s, I'll say.
Mm-hmm.
Were raised up. Compared to, and I don't understand it. Because you see my kids or I see your kids, nothing but fucking respect. They had just like we did as kids. I don't understand, and this is a talking shit segment. We'll probably get onto it at some point because Thump really loves hitting this shit. Is how fucking parents just allow the disrespect. And it starts and fucking ends with these because parents are using these to raise their fucking kids instead of fucking ethics.
Right.
And that's all I'm going to say about that one. I think it's just a respect thing.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, that's an interesting thing, though. Wonder about that.
I'd like to get Thump's take on that one.
Yeah.
Write that down. Let's touch on that on talking shit. As much as I don't like talking wrestling on talking shit. So
Yeah.
I got one. Where do you see the line between Smarks and what I call toxic?
The minute that it gets to us versus them, or
Mm-hmm.
the minute it gets to you said this, so you must like this and hate this, and if just because person X says something about the booking of a match in AEW, then somebody else has to come in and comment like a tit for tat on WWE. And it's like this us against them mentality about this shit. It's almost as split as politics right now, man. It's like it's like
Yeah.
if you if you're like, oh, you know, whatever, they shouldn't have booked, FTR to go over MJF and Cole last night. And someone else will be like, well, yeah, well, remember when they had somebody go over the Usos when they didn't deserve it? And, like, it's so fucking. That's the point
You
for
know,
me.
you know what that reminded me of? It's that one ex-girlfriend, and you know which one I'm going to go with, where you could be talking, having a simple conversation, and they pull something out of their ass from like 7 fucking years ago that does not even fucking involve them, or at the time they were in a relationship with you,
Right.
and they just bring that shit up. Like, there was no fucking point of that. Why are you trying to fucking start shit tonight?
Why
And
are you starting shit, bitch?
that's what a lot of fucking that line between Smarks and toxic people are, is that ex-girlfriend or ex-boyfriend. Not fucking, if you swing that way, or if you got a vagina, cool, awesome, we fully support that, awesome. But you're right, it does feel like politics. It also feels like a toxic relationship
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Right.
Like, if you just like merge politics, a toxic relationship, and this awful sense of self-entitlement this new generation has, and put it all in one, there's the dark side of the IWC.
Yeah, I could get behind that.
I don't
Yeah.
want to get behind that. I want that to fucking dissolve. And we'll never get it, but I want it to where we can all fucking just enjoy wrestling, have our fucking opinions of it, be able to fucking discuss what we're able to fucking discuss with what knowledge we know we have instead of what we think we fucking know, and be able to get the fuck alone. It'll never fucking happen. Like, outside me, you, Rip, Thump, and a select handful of other people that I can actually sit and talk wrestling with, have a disagreement with, have a conversation with, and still be fucking friends afterwards.
Right.
Never gonna happen.
Right. So I'm wondering if there's a way back to civility, or have we unleashed these people on this amazing invention and there's no
This,
coming back.
this, they need to go away.
Yep.
Well, I wouldn't even say these. It's the knowledge that it's the knowledge that is gained from them that is allowed to be out in the public. As long as that knowledge is out there, as long as there's people fucking feeding us that knowledge, it's never going to go away. It's just going to get worse and worse. And it don't matter. Professional wrestling, combat sports, football, baseball, politics, you name it. It's so bad at times where, you know, and I do my best to stay away from this shit because a lot of my family is just as bad, where they will just put their shit out there for everyone, but then get offended because the opinion is different than what they wanted to hear.
Right.
And as long as we have that freedom to be able to do that without any repercussions, it's just going to get worse and worse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I think it's made people more depressed.
I don't make me depressed. It actually makes me happy every time I see someone try to one up you. I sit there and just wait for a response. Or if you don't get there in time, I'll fucking jump on and just fucking say my piece.
Well,
because
one
thing we're not going to do is sit there and let y'all talk shit. We're going to fucking give our opinions whether you like it or not.
Shit talkers.
Oh, you know, it kind of reminds me of. I know it's a hot button right now, and this is off topic. Well, it kind of is, kind of isn't, because a lot of our people on our podcast are from the IWC. Do you remember where you posted about a week ago where you said, I don't know shit about country music. Can someone fill me in on the Jason Aldean situation?
What about it?
Okay. One of our buddies, we'll call him B,
Mm-hmm.
went on there, said his fucking piece,
Mm-hmm.
as he always fucking does.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the times he has very valid points, whether we agree or disagree. They're valid fucking points. And there was just like 2 or 3 people that was just, fuck you, you don't understand, you don't care, this, that, the other. And I was honestly waiting on you to fucking jump on and say something because I was just dumbfounded. I had nothing to fucking say at this point.
I stopped reading the comments right after the first time this person and other people started bickering. I didn't pay attention at that point.
Yeah. Well, the two they actually started bickering back and forth because they started disagreeing. So he just started a completely new thread that went like fucking 9 chapters of a Harry Potter book.
Oh, on a different thread?
Yeah. It went into great fucking detail. And, you know, he shouted us out without shouting us out. He made it very clear where he fucking stands. He made it very clear he don't give a fuck about their fucking opinions. And he's made it very clear that you're entitled to your opinions, but I don't have to fucking agree with you.
Right.
It's really a good fucking thing if you want to go back and look at it on your own time. But I remember even when we were like that, say our fucking piece and walk away, not just keep fucking egging it on until it becomes irreversible.
Right.
And I bet you fucking money. A, he's blocked them motherfuckers after he posted that so they can see it. B, the next time you or I go on there and we post some shit that's controversial, you know he's going to fucking chime his ass in. Because that's what he fucking does. Because bros support bros. But more than that, he understands the value of one's opinion, whether you agree with it or not.
Well, that's kind of the reason why I didn't go start deleting. Like, I didn't pay attention, but I figured whatever they had
don't ever fucking delete the shit.
Yeah, whatever they had to say, they can say. I don't care.
Exactly. That's kind of what our thing is the free forum.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you get butthurt, we're not going to fucking go, oh, he hurt my feelings. Go kick him off or I'm leaving. Bye, bitch. Fucking leave. When you leave, 5 more people's going to come in right behind you.
Yeah.
You fucking snowflake? I ain't said that in a long time. I ain't said that fucking phrase.
Snowflake?
Long time. Yep. A fucking super Andy snowflake.
Super Andy snowflake. Well, I think we have at least one That's Heel Shit story, and then just some other wrestling related stories that we could bring up.
All right.
But
that was a good conversation. I liked that conversation. That was great.
But we'll be right back after an ad from our sponsors at BetterHelp. Let's be real for a minute. Draven and I have been in the ring with some of the toughest men on the planet. We've had injury after injury that you can't even believe, but nothing will take you out of action faster than not taking care of your mental health. Now, with our sponsorship, betterhelp.com/healshit, you will get 10% off your first month at BetterHelp. Draven, tell them about BetterHelp.
It's really quite simple. All you got to do to get started is just answer a few questions about your needs and preferences in therapy. That way, BetterHelp.com can help you match with the right therapist from their network. You can then talk to thousands of therapists that you feel comfortable with, whether it's text, chat, or video call. You can message the therapist at any time, any day. You can also schedule live sessions when it's convenient for you. I mean, that's about as good as it gets. If your therapist isn't available right away for whatever reason it may be, you can switch to a new therapist at no additional charge. With BetterHelp, you can get the same professionalism and quality that you expect from an in-office therapist, but with a therapist who is custom picked for you, more schedule flexibility, and more affordable price. Like he said before, go to betterhelp.com. That is BetterHelp, HELP.com/healshit, and get 10% off your first month. It's really one of the best things you can do for your mental health, my guy.
Absolutely. It's so easy. Download the app, you go on, you answer some questions, they link you up with the perfect therapist for you. Look, we're wrestlers, I've been a fighter, we are tough guys. But please don't let the thinking that you're a tough guy stop you from taking care of your mental health. BetterHelp.com/healshit for 10% off your first month. Stay sharp, stay level headed, and you can do anything.
And we thank BetterHelp.com for sponsoring this network.
Absolutely. Thank you, BetterHelp, for sponsoring the podcast. So,
You know what? You know what though?
hmm,
If a lot of the IWC would go get some better help, I think we'd live in a better world.
I agree.
Please make sure you use our fucking discount as well.
Great. Link in the
Save you some
description.
money. Of course.
So,
Oh,
how about some That's Heel shit? I think you got a story for us.
I do. This one comes out of the Toronto Sun, so we're going up into Canada.
Canada.
Canada. And this is the headline. Meth-fueled woman. You already know it's getting fucking great there. Decapitated lover. Dumped his head and penis in a bucket. Now, I will show what this woman looks like. And when I saw this, I immediately sent it to you. Do you remember the caption I sent to you?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This is who she is. Look at that. I may have to sacrifice myself to the old gods. It will be death by snoo snoo. Look at that.
You know,
Look at it. Oh, say your fucking piece. I know you want to.
I still don't think it was worth giving up your junk. Right now,
If I knew it was my last day,
I guess whether or not she whacked off your dick, she was still gonna decapitate you. So fuck it.
yeah, it didn't say whether or not your dick went first.
Right.
I mean, either way, you're losing your head.
How
help that.
I wish we had like information on how she removed his head, because that ain't easy. I don't know if you've ever tried to remove someone's head, but it's fucking hard.
I'm not answering that on air.
Yeah, not that I know from experience, but it is very difficult. Okay.
Our new sponsor is Morgan & Morgan. No, in all seriousness, we've never tried to decapitate a human head.
Not in this life.
I've done enough hunting where I've had to decapitate animals, and that's no fucking joke.
Yeah,
And
no, it ain't
let
easy.
me be clear. Let me be clear before I fucking trigger people. I've only ever hunted for food. I've never done it for game. I've never done it as a sport. I've done it strictly to fill up my freezer. And if you're one of those motherfuckers like, oh, you eat Bambi, you fucking right, I eat Bambi.
He's delicious.
Bambi's fucking delicious. Bambi's really fucking delicious in chili.
Ooh.
Fucking grits and eggs. Motherfucking. Hey. You ever had a fucking deer ham? I've had fucking deer ham, low smoke for fucking 12 and a half hours. My God. Fucking backstrap, fucking country fried.
Dude, if
I didn't get fat fucking sitting on my ass and eating fucking celery. Okay?
If there are people here that are pissed off that you ate some deer down here, they would really be upset to know that when I was in Alaska, I eat Donner and Blitzen.
Okay, to be fair, I was upset with you. But I was upset with you for the fact that you didn't bring any back.
I don't think it would
That's
travel
the only reason I
well.
was upset. I mean, Omaha Steaks fucking freezes their shit and sends it all fucking across the country.
So order some fucking reindeer.
They don't have deer. They don't have reindeer.
You can't. Yes, there is some little shit company in Alaska that will freeze up some deer and send it to you.
I wasn't talking about some shit company. I was talking about Omaha Steaks, not a sponsor.
Oh, well, no. One, because it's not in Omaha. And two, because it's not steaks.
Hey, deer steaks are good too.
It's kind of in the words.
But no, it's getting that clear because there's going to be one person that's going to jump on there. And I swear if it's the one person I'm thinking of that's just trying to be a smart ass, I know where you fucking live. I know where you sleep. All I have to do is call your wife and you're a fucking dead man. Don't be a smart ass on this one.
Oh, God.
Yeah, but no, back to the fucking subject at hand. This said meth-fueled woman. That woman does not look like she's ever done meth. If she's done meth, she's done it very recently.
That picture is probably 10 years old. Like, she probably looks like a haggard old witch right now. Like,
yeah, but you see a brown paper sack and that picture taped to the back of the fucking brown paper sack. I'm good. I'm good to go.
Wow.
Don't wow me. We've all been desperate.
Oh, geez.
Damn, Draven. Is it that bad? No, it's not that bad, but it's been that bad before in my life.
Oh, good Lord.
Listen,
yeah,
where I work, let me make clear. Where I work at least 2 or 3 times a week, I turn gay for at least 17 seconds each time from what I have to fucking see and witness. It's fucking bad, okay? So if I see something like that, I'm taking the chance.
You could just jerk off and not get your head cut off. That's still a possibility.
But it's the experience. But what if I could get through that and live? I now have the experience of it.
Yeah, but like you'd be walking
if I
around
die,
like
but if I
big chunk out of your neck and you're just fucking cocked over.
I'll be like, I tried a death match again. It didn't work out. It was Nick fucking Gage.
Yeah.
The bank addicted drug robber.
The bank addicted drug robber. The bank addicted drug robber.
I love the fact that you're laughing at that because the man you hate fucking came up with that one. So Corny does come up with some good shit from time to time.
Yeah, but I don't think he said it like that.
Yeah, he said
bank addicted drug.
Yeah, bank addicted drug robber.
Nice.
Like if you can stomach it, go back to where he was talking about Nick Gage's Dark Side of the Ring. That's all he fucking referred him to as. The bank addicted drug robber. I was like, oh my god, he's fucking right.
Bank addicted.
Oh, bank addicted drug robber.
Motherfucker. Oof. Oof.
But yeah, I would try the experience one time.
No.
Who knows? Maybe these Alabama dates coming up, I could try.
You probably find Hatchet Face before you find that chick.
That's fine. I'll wear my hatchet, man. 2 scoops of the whoop. Your boy was a wicked clown back in the day.
Speaking of, you can now find. I'm gonna have to send you some screenshots of it. But I gave a shot at making rip on
2K.
2K.
Yeah, send me some of them, and because I was going to start that tomorrow, because I was trying to get him.
Yeah,
him
yours
to send me some,
will probably be better. I mean, you got more tweaks.
Well, I was trying to
you
get
can
him
do.
to. I was trying to get him to send me like pictures of his gear, so I can just do that.
Hmm.
It's his fucking face, because he's not some generic white boy like we are.
Well, I made mine with a mask. Tried to make that lower face mask like he did.
Yeah. By the way, I did it for mine. I'll be doing it for yours either tomorrow or Tuesday. Be on the lookout for our custom entrances on YouTube and on Instagram. You saw mine yesterday with the brand new music they got. It's not been released yet. It's kind of like a spoiler for the new music. But it's so fucking phenomenal. The fucking amount of detail 2K allows you to do. Hint, hint, AEW.
Yeah.
And no, I'm not hating on the company. I'm hating on the game.
Well, I mean, I don't think it was supposed to be a simulator like WWE's. It's definitely supposed to be an arcade game.
That's not the fucking point. That's not the point. WrestleMania 2000 that came out in 1999 had more fucking options for create a character.
All right.
It even had full entrances.
Can you do
It was on a fucking cartridge.
When you make Rip, can you make a faction come out?
I'll do my best. I'm also going to be working on custom Titantrons. Which
Jesus.
what I may do is re-upload. I'm going to see if I can upload the Titantron itself. But if not, I'm going to have to re-upload our characters with the custom Titantrons.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely send me the screenshots of Rip. And go ahead and finish yours, and I'll get to work on mine, and we'll just see which one's better.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'll also be working on custom entrances this week as well.
Right. And I guess the last bit of kind of exciting semi-wrestling, but not in-ring news, AEW filed the trademark for AEW Plus in the category.
I saw that.
In the category of streaming wrestling exhibitions. So
let me ask you this. Do you think it's too soon?
It depends. It depends on if it has anything to do with Warner Brothers or not. I'd almost think it has to have something to do with.
Oh, they're in there somewhere. They want money.
Yeah. If it is, they can help them produce all kinds of backstage, all kinds of reality shows, all kinds of stuff like that for it. But if you take the whole Ring of Honor catalog, AEW, all the indies they work with, I guarantee you Pro Wrestling Guerrilla stuff will be up there.
If they do it kind of like how they did the network before, so where you pay a flat rate and you get access to all live events coming up, as well as like the entire library of all AEW stuff. That includes like anything that New Japan had as far as AEW is concerned, any of the old Ring of Honor stuff, stuff like that. But here's my question: if you put the Ring of Honor shit into that? Do you just merge Honor Club into that and you just make it like a $25 a month thing?
I don't think
Because
I don't think it would fly for $25 a month. I think
well,
you might get away with $9.99 a month.
here's the thing, and I just got the email today where Peacock is raising their prices.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only a fucking dollar, but that's how Netflix fucking started.
Mm-hmm.
It was only a dollar here, a dollar there. But I read the fucking report. I don't know if I sent it to you, but in 2023, Peacock has lost $1.3 billion
Yeah.
because of everything they're giving away on the fucking app.
Yeah, I don't know.
Because of how cheap it is.
I don't know how it can stay in service. I mean, I know
Well,
NBC
they're
Universal
also
is a Goliath, and that's no money
yeah.
to. But they still got to be looking at, like, was this fucking worth it? Like, $1 billion is still $1 billion fucking dollars.
Yeah, and they're projecting it to be almost $4 billion by year's end that they've lost.
That's fucking nuts, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they
So
must have a forecast that bounces back eventually. There's got to be
I mean,
some, because I
with
can't
everything they've
imagine
given
that
away,
they're not getting any, like, I don't know.
here's my theory. As far as the WWE goes and that library, Peacock only has that library for the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Anything outside of the United States, it's still the network. And I think they were thinking if they merged that, which they had a nice payday from it, as far as WWE goes, but it hasn't lived up to the expectation. And this contract's until it's either next year or 26. It's either 24 or 26. It's an even number. If that's the case, does NBC, CBS, or whatever? I think it's NBC. Does NBC fucking find a way to buy out of the fucking deal? Like, here's a fucking lump sum of money. We don't want your shit on here anymore because it's not fucking making us anything.
But isn't there a free version? Like, people have to pay.
There is a free version of Peacock, but it's so fucking limited of what you can fucking do. It's kind of like how WWE Network was.
Yeah.
Where you can only like watch like WWE Top 10 or like highlights of certain things.
I mean,
and that's for all shows.
I only pay for the WWE shit. Like, I don't need to watch Peacock ever.
No, that's it.
So,
I literally only turn Peacock on to watch pay-per-view.
Right. So
when it comes on.
I'm wondering they're going to have to do an analysis of whether the number of people who buy Peacock and spend the money on the membership specifically for WWE somehow outweighs what they paid WWE in the long run.
Yeah, and then you also got to think of profile sharing, who fucking shares their shit with everybody. So there's also that you got to take into account. What I think is going to happen, since Endeavor has both UFC and WWE, at some point Peacock's going to be out the fucking picture, and they're going to revamp the WWE network, but they're going to add UFC shit to it, like a tier thing. You can do like a WWE only thing or a UFC only thing, or you merge the two for one price.
Yeah.
Where you get the entire fucking library of either company. You get all the live shit of either company, weekly shows, stuff like that.
But you know what's fucked up though is they have a membership app for the UFC, a membership program. But then even though you pay like $19.99 a month, you still have to pay full price for the pay-per-views. So in order for it to make sense to them, they're gonna have to charge $50 a month for the fucking app.
I would say 50. they could still do that. They can make it a tier to where you can just get like the library and shit. And if you want to pay the pay-per-view, you get a discounted price for the pay-per-view for UFC. As with where WWE, we've gone going on 10 years now of not having to buy a monthly pay-per-view with them, where it's on the fucking app. And somehow, when it was just the network, WWE was making money off of it.
Right.
Whether it was off of merch sales or legacy sales or shit like that, they made money. So Endeavor might want to start looking into that option, because I know there's a lot of guys, ex-UFC guys, who are well fucking known, have a big fucking name out there, that don't have any connections with UFC anymore for one reason or another. But it's a fucking option to where you could fucking start selling merchandise, because merchandise is where your fucking money's at. I mean, yeah, you can get pay-per-view buys, and you can get high TV ratings and shit. But at the end of the day, especially with professional wrestling, the merchandise is what drives sales.
Well, Tony Khan said early on, he said he has a T-shirt company that he promotes with a wrestling company. I mean, wrestling is the marketing for his T-shirt company.
Yeah, and I've even started seeing AEW shirts show up at Walmart. So I mean, they're doing something right. But as far as merchandise goes, like for WWE example, LA Knight has the number 1, number 3, and number 4 best-selling piece of merchandise right now. Yep. One guy with 3 pieces of merch. Cena didn't even fucking do that shit.
Right.
Punk only did it with like 2 pieces of fucking merchandise at a time. I mean, the money's in the fucking merch. I mean, we've always known it as independent guys. Like, yeah, we get our fucking envelope and shit, but we make our fucking big money off of T-shirts, off of autographs, off of stickers, off of fucking, you name it. If we got it with our fucking face on it, we'll sell it to you. We don't care. It's fucking true, though. Like, we'll sit at the merch table for a fucking hour and sell you shit.
If you're a young, hungry wrestler, I mean, you can eat if you were at that merch table, you know?
You eat well.
I mean, it's the difference between making it a career and just playing with it.
Yep. And one of the guys that, we give him a lot of shit. We talk a lot of shit about him. All in good nature, obviously. But Ty, I've seen him outside of what he's done with LCCW since leaving there and started working in different places. He works a fucking merch table like a motherfucker. And that's where his fucking money comes from.
Sure.
And it's just fucking little fucking 4x6s that he fucking sells. Fucking, I think he does like $2 for a pitch, $5 for a fucking autograph.
Right.
And he fucking sells shit. And he'll walk away with about $89 a night on top of his fucking pay.
Nice.
That doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're new to this business and you're selling more merch than a lot of the guys that's been there a while, you're doing something right.
Yeah, guys, you fans need to understand that very, very few, as a percentage, a very small percentage of professional wrestlers can make it as a career.
Oh yeah.
I mean, even on the indies. I mean, even if you're the biggest guy on the indies, what are you making? $200 or $300 a show?
Well, it depends on the promoter, depends on the house, and it depends on the company. It really does.
Yeah.
Like if you have a bigger name company, you could probably bring in about $1,000 for appearance. But again, that's you working your fucking ass off. Making a fucking name for yourself.
That's you having to have been in the business long enough to demand those prices.
And right offhand, there's only one guy that comes to mind right offhand when we're talking about it. It's fucking Effie. I've known Effie, almost 10 years now. And I remember him coming to DCCW and just being just the white face, baby face, white collar baby face dude, getting over. But then he really opened up about who he really was. And let me make this clear. DCCW is on the more religious side of things, where they do bring religious aspects into their shows, which a lot of people don't like it. I don't care. I really don't care. It's not for you, don't come. If it's for you, come. And I know you haven't been to a DCCW show yet. I'm hoping to get your ass out here for the next one. That's almost every show they've had to turn people away.
Awesome.
Because they max out the legal number of people we're allowed to have in a building.
Yeah.
So
Doing something.
I mean,
right.
they've been running almost a decade now, so they've done something right. And it's not always the same people coming back. There's always new people coming in wanting to see what the buzz is about. So they're still building an audience almost a decade later.
Right.
And I've for the life of me have tried to sit under that learning tree and learn how they do that shit. And it's difficult, especially when you can't 100% get behind it.
Right.
Because we're getting off topic. But anyway, Effie came from a show of 60 people starting out in 14, 15. He's main eventing GCW. He's working people like fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Right.
He's one of, if not the biggest name that is not signed to a company.
Right.
But a lot of his money is merchandise sales, is public appearance fees, is cons, is what's the website where they go on there, they do a little short video where you pay money and they give you a short video.
Oh, Cameo?
Yeah, Cameo. He does fucking cameos. Not expensive. I think his is like $40-$50. Not too much compared to a lot of workers fucking do.
Yeah.
I remember getting one for Mick Foley a couple years ago for a friend of mine's birthday, and that bitch cost me about $200. And this is Mick fucking Foley, the cheapest bastard you'll ever meet.
Right.
So I mean, $50 for a minute video is not fucking bad. But he's the only one I can think of right offhand where he's made this his life's work and he thrives in it. He makes good money with it. But it's because he pushes his merchandise. He pushes more than just, I'm going to be at this show. Come fucking see me. Bitch, I'm going to be here. I got t-shirts. I got pins. I got this. I got that. If I remember correctly, he even did some guest voicing for Rick and Morty. It was a big red devil looking guy off Rick and Morty. I can't remember his fucking name. I don't personally watch it. But he's expanded his shit and all good for him. I love the guy to death. Always will.
Yeah.
But unless you're really going to put in that kind of fucking effort and put in that kind of fucking footwork, you're not going to make a lot of money on this fucking gig.
Right.
You still need shoot jobs. Look at us. I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. I still got a shoot job.
Yeah, I make too much money though. Give up my job.
Yeah, fuck you.
All right.
Share the wealth.
I think we've done this to death. I want to thank all you guys for checking us out. Thank you for watching Heel Shit. Why do we call it that? Bad guys do heel shit. Peace.